Welcome to the south of France and Nice. This famous and popular old city on the Côte d'Azur is the setting for the penultimate act of the 2014 Extreme Sailing Series. Over the first few days, the winds were light and tricky, but the intensity of the racing for all 11 teams was as hot as the sun that beat down on the track. Gazprom Team Russia and Emirates Team New Zealand raced well and had their moments in the sun. However, it was Real Team of Switzerland that got the measure of the shifting winds on days 1 and 2.
Next across the finish line is going to be the current event leaders. It's Real Team. They have had a cracking event so far.
Jerome Clerc and his team were perhaps on the verge of a breakthrough win on the 2014 series. But on day 3, it was the other Swiss team, Alinghi, the old masters, who blew away the fleet and catapulted themselves from mid to top of the Nice table.
Alinghi today, a first, a fourth, a second. That's the Morgan Larsen that we expect to see. Are they beginning to show championship winning form?
With these conditions, it's all about being as fast as you can, you know. It's all very well trying to focus on a one-on-one battle with somebody else, but you just end up going slow then. So just getting out, being able to do what you want to do on the race course is what's going to get you towards the front of the fleet, and that's all you need to do in this racing.
It's so tight with all competitors, so I think it will be decided on the last race as usual in Swim 40. So we have to stay really focused for tomorrow.
With the 2012-2013 champions, the Wave Muscat, struggling, Morgan Larsen and his crew could make the big series move with a big final day. The only certainty in this game is change itself, and perhaps the subtle winds of change were blowing here on the Côte d'Azur. As is the way of things on the 2014 series, it would all again come down to the final double points race. The fight for the win in Nice was between both the Swiss teams, and behind them, a battle royal for third on the podium.
6 seconds to go. New Zealand are very compromised there. JP Morgan are going to be the first boat out as the start gun goes.
When the going gets tough, the tough get going. And Alinghi charged away and never looked back. Behind them, JP Morgan got stuck in and outmuscled Real Team.
Ainsley comes into the leeward mark. There's going to be a big decision for the umpires to make here. Has Ainsley established an overlap on Reelstone before they got to the 2-length circle? I believe he did. Reelstone has to give him room. If he gives him room, that would give Ainsley the buffer to jump back into third place. Coming into the finish, Morgan Larsen knows that this will leapfrog him from second to first place. What a massive result for Alinghi. What a huge 4 days in the 2014 series. Morgan Larsen has one hand on the 2014 trophy.
JP Morgan BAR took third overall, and Real Team took a well-deserved second in France. But at the end of 4 tough days of racing, Nice belonged to Alinghi.
It was fantastic to end on a high note. You know, when it's a game of trying to cover other boats and think about other boats, you know, that's really not our thing. When it's about just going out and trying to win the race, that's where we do our best. If we can get on the podium in Sydney, we'll have been on the podium all year, and I think that'll wrap it up for us.
Alinghi may well have one hand on the trophy, but the Wave Muscat will fight till the bitter end. Behind the top 2 is the most intense fight for the podium yet seen on the series to date. It's a 5-way shootout. The 2014 Extreme Sailing Series now moves on to an exciting climax in Sydney. Don't miss it.